Hello everybody, welcome to Art. Today we're going to be making some folded butterflies that look sort of like this. Alright, let's begin. Now the supplies that you'll need for this project are going to be one white piece of paper, some scissors, a pencil, an eraser if you don't already have an eraser on your pencil, some markers, and a glue stick. So, to start out, all we'll need will be our our paper and our scissors. We need to cut this piece of paper into 3 strips. So we need to make a cut right here and right here. So take your scissors and let's make a cut just like this. Okay, so now we have another piece of paper that's a little smaller, and we can cut this in half so that both sides are the same size. And there we have it. 3 pieces of paper that used to be 1. Now, not all of these are the same size, that's okay. And my cuts are maybe a little bit squiggly, but that's okay too. We just needed to make 3 pieces of long paper. So the next thing we need to do is we're gonna practice our folding skills. I'd like you to fold each of these pieces of paper in half. Now, the way I want you to fold them in half is like this, not like this. So instead, take your paper and make it go side to side like this, and we'll fold it closed like it's a big book or long skinny book. Make sure you pinch your fold so that it's nice and neat and straight, and there we go. Let's do that to our other 2. Fold it in like a book and pinch and pull on the fold and it'll look good. And one more time, and close and pinch and pull your fingers along, and there we go. We've got 3 little books that open just like this. Okay, let's take just one of our little books and put it right here, and the other 2 can wait off over in the side for now. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our pencil and we're going to write a 3 on here. But let me show you exactly how we're going to do that. So make sure that your little book that you have has its fold on the left side, which is right over here. And opens has its 2 open ends on the right side, which is right over here. We're gonna take our pencil and we're gonna draw a 3 that starts on the fold on the left side, just like this. So it's gonna be a really big 3, and it's going to end at the fold down here. So do you see how the only place that the 3 touches is at the very top and the very bottom of its parts? We don't want it to touch in the middle, so that's why the middle is way far away from the edge of the fold. Okay, now that we've got our 3, grab your scissors and we're gonna try to cut this 3 out. Now, cutting a curved shape is really tough. It took me a long time to learn how to do it. But what I like to remember is that you're slowly squeezing your scissors shut, and at the same time, you're moving your paper slowly with your hand. So, it ends up looking like this. Now, this might take a while for you to get the hang of, and that's okay. If your cuts are a little bit choppy and maybe a little bit straight, that's all right. This project is still gonna work just fine. So let's cut it like this, and just like that. Slowly moving your paper and slowly squeezing those scissors, and there we go. So now we've got a 3 and a little bit of scrap paper right here. Let's move the scrap paper off to the side. We'll use that later, but don't need it right now. So now our 3 kind of looks like a B, a big capital B. Do you see that? But when we open it up like a book, we've got a butterfly shape. All right, let's take this shape and put it off to the side. Okay, now we just need to do the same thing, but 2 more times. So let me show you what to do if you accidentally make a mistake. You might have your little book, but you might flip it the wrong way so that your fold is on this side and your open side is on this side. So when you go to draw your 3, it's a great looking 3, but then you cut it out. And when you go to open it, oh no, it falls apart. Okay, don't worry, we can still fix this. So, one thing you can do is you can take your glue stick and you can put a little bit of glue on one edge of the wing. So right here, I think I'll put my glue right here. Okay, do you see how I put my glue right on the edge, right there? Then I can take my other wing and I can put it right on top, just like this, of the glue. Whoop. And pinch it, just like this. And smooth it out. And leave it like that for a little while so it can dry. And then when it's done drying, it'll look like the same butterfly shape we have over here. Okay, I think I'm still gonna use that one. But we do need this scrap paper, so let's leave it off to the side there. All right, our last butterfly shape, we're going to make sure that this time our fold is on the left, over on this side, and our open part is over on the right side, so that it opens just like a book. Let's draw our big 3, starting at the top. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a big butterfly. Okay, and let's make our cut. Remember, if your cut is not that smooth, that's okay, because that takes a really long time to learn how to do. But I'd like you to try your best to make this cut nice and smooth. And remember, to do that, you gotta squeeze your scissors slowly and move the paper slowly as well. And there we go. Put your scrap paper, this leftover stuff, off to the side, and let's see if this one worked. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now we have our 3 butterfly shapes. 1, 2, 3. And we've got our scrap paper. Now we don't need to worry about that for now, so I'm gonna move it off of the screen, I think. What we need to do now is we need to decorate these butterflies. So go ahead and grab your markers. I'm going to show you a few different types of butterflies that we see in the world, so maybe you can get a little inspiration for how to draw your butterfly. Then I'm gonna show you a few ideas I have for my butterflies, but I really wanna see your guys' creativity here. So I'd like you to make up your own designs for at least 2 of the butterflies. If you wanna copy one of mine, that's okay. But the other 2, I'd like to see your own original ideas. Okay, so here are a few different types of butterflies that we see in the world. All right, now I'm going to show you one of my ideas for a butterfly. I really like when butterfly designs have sort of swirly shapes on them. So let me show you how to do those. I'm gonna start with this purple. And we're going to start right in the middle of our butterfly like that. So let's draw a big spiral right here. Ooh, that looks good. And let's draw another one right down here, like that. All right. Now, one rule for drawing butterflies is the one side has to be the same as the other side, but kind of flipped. So let me show you what that looks like. We start in the center here, and then our spiral goes the opposite way this time, like that. We start down here, and our spiral goes again the opposite way as its twin on this side. And we've got some good spirals. Okay, now I'm gonna take my pink, because I feel like, you know, purple and pink, they go pretty well together. And we're going to make this these spirals again, but it's gonna be a little bit off. Let me show you. So I'm going to draw a pink spiral right next to and inside of my purple spiral. just like that. Okay, let's do the same over here. And let's do one right here. Whoa. And right there. Okay, that's looking pretty good so far. Now we need to add, I like the dots on butterflies. So we're gonna add a few green dots. And you know, you can just sort of put them in a line going around these spirals, just like that. And we'll do the same thing over here. It doesn't have to be the same number of dots, but just sort of the same like little pattern. Okay, let's do some bigger ones, like a big dot right there, and maybe a smaller one right there. Okay, there we go. Let's do one right here too. And then let's keep that pattern going along the edge this way. And going down and around that way. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I feel like it needs a little bit more color. So, okay, maybe I could take my purple and add a few purple dots in here too. Just like this, in between those green ones. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And that's kind of making a pattern. It goes purple, green, purple, green. I'm sure you guys have talked about patterns and stuff in like math class and things. And we see a lot of patterns in art too. So let's finish up this purple and green pattern. And remember, you don't have to do one that looks just like mine. You can be creative on your own, but try to take a little bit of inspiration from butterflies in the real world as well. Okay, I am going to go ahead and draw some more designs on my other two. Remember, I'd like at least 2 of your butterflies to be your own ideas, but if you want to get a little bit of inspiration from me, that's okay. So I'm gonna speed through these other 2 and you can draw your own. All right, let's go. Okay, all right, so I've got my 3 butterflies all finished up. We've got the one that we made together. This one is inspired by a Monarch Butterfly, and this one just has a few different colors I really like. So the next thing we need to do is we need to give these butterflies some bodies. So I'd like you to grab your scrap paper, one of your pieces at least. We are going to use this paper to cut out some really skinny rectangles for the butterfly bodies. So let me show you what I mean. Grab your scissors, and we're gonna cut a little strip of paper off of the very edge of one of our pieces of scrap paper. Then we'll do that 2 more times, because we need 3 bodies for our butterflies. If you want to do yours a little bit thicker than mine, that's just fine. And there we go. Okay. So now, oh, actually we want to keep the scrap paper over here. I'm going to need to color these butterfly bodies black. So let's put our piece of paper on a piece of scrap paper so that I don't accidentally get black marker all over the table. So I'm going to take my strips of paper, I'm going to drag my marker from the middle to the outside, because if I try to go from the outside inside, then it might bunch up my body just like that. So let's do this. Okay, there's one. And let's do another one, just like this. Remember, start in the middle, and we're gonna drag our marker up towards the outside, just like this. Okay, so now we've got our 3 skinny butterfly bodies, but we need to put them on the butterflies. So go ahead and grab your glue stick. We are going to put a little bit of glue along the middle of each butterfly. So just like this. Gonna put some glue down the very center where that fold line is. Take one of the bodies, put it over top of my butterfly, just like that. And then we're gonna push it down. Whoop, whoop. It might wiggle a little bit, just like mine is. Push it down. Oh yeah, there we go, just like that. And then drag your finger over to really push it into that glue so it stays. Let's do another one right here. The nice thing about this glue stick, at least the one I have, is even though the glue's purple when it's wet, when it dries, it's nice and clear. So I can see where it is on my paper, but I don't have to worry about having purple butterflies. Except for this one, it's already purple. Now remember, this one was the one that we accidentally did the wrong way, but it's still working just fine. That glue that we did earlier dried, and now it's working. Okay, and there we have it. We got 3 beautiful butterflies. So once this dries for a little bit, you should be able to fold it again, fold it in half, and flap these butterflies around a little bit. So you've made your own little butterfly toys. But if you would like to turn these in at school, then make sure you write your name on each one and write your grade on each one as well. If you'd like to write your class number, that would be great too. But at least get your name and your grade on there. So I'm going to do that on all 3 of my butterflies. All right, now, of course, you don't have to turn these in at school if you don't want to. You could just have your parents or maybe an older sibling take a picture of each of your butterflies all together and send it to me at my email. But if you'd like to turn it in at school, I think it'd be really helpful if you could attach them together in some way. Maybe you put them all in a little Ziploc bag or in an envelope or paper clip them together. Some way that they don't get all separated when you turn them in. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that your butterflies turn out well, and I'm very excited to see all the different creative ideas you guys come up with. So have a good rest of your week, and I'll talk to you next week.